The smell of French fries filled the air, laughter echoed from every corner, and yet, for Lily, it felt like the loudest silence she had ever known. It was her first week in a new city, a new school, and now her first visit to McDonald's, where all the students hung out after classes. With her tray shaking slightly in her hands, she scanned the crowded restaurant for an empty seat. She wasn't just the new girl. She was the shy new girl, the one nobody talked to, the one people whispered about, the one easy to target. She finally spotted an empty booth in the corner and sat down quietly, hoping to disappear into the background. But fate had other plans. A group of 5 teenagers, the most notorious bullies in school, noticed her. They were laughing loudly, strutting with confidence that came from making others feel small. The moment they saw Lily sitting alone, their smiles sharpened into something cruel. "Hey look, it's little Miss Invisible," one of them sneered as they approached. Lily's heart sank. She kept her eyes fixed on her burger, praying they would just walk past. But they didn't. One boy slid into the booth beside her, crowding her space. Another snatched her fries. A girl giggled as she poured soda dangerously close to Lily's tray, mocking her every flinch. Their laughter grew louder, their comments sharper. Every insecurity Lily had ever carried was being ripped open in public, in front of strangers who pretended not to see. Her challenge wasn't just surviving this moment, it was surviving the weight of years of shyness, rejection, and self-doubt that had followed her to this new place. And right now, it felt unbearable. But something shifted. A man in his early 20s, wearing a McDonald's apron, walked over. He wasn't just any employee, he was the shift manager, Jason. And once upon a time, he had been that same shy kid the bullies used to break. He had seen it all, and he wasn't about to watch it happen again. "Hey," Jason's voice cut through the noise, calm but firm. "She's here to eat, not to be your entertainment. Back off." The bullies laughed, mocking him too. "Relax, man, we're just having fun." But Jason didn't flinch. He placed himself between Lily and the group, his presence suddenly towering. "No, fun is when everyone laughs. This is cruelty, and in my restaurant, kindness is the only rule." Something about his words, his certainty, his strength made the room go silent. Other customers, who had been pretending not to notice, finally looked up. Eyes narrowed at the bullies. For the first time, the 5 didn't have the power. The tables had turned, and they felt the sting of embarrassment. One of them muttered something under his breath, and they shuffled away, their swagger broken. The silence they left behind was heavier than their laughter had ever been. Lily's hands still trembled, but when she looked up at Jason, she saw something she hadn't felt in a long time: safety. He gave her a reassuring smile. "Don't let them decide who you are. You're stronger than you think." That night, Lily went home and cried, not from pain, but from relief. She had faced her first battle in a new place, and even though she hadn't fought it alone, it reminded her that she didn't always have to. Sometimes, the kindness of a stranger could be the spark that lit her courage. The next day at school, whispers spread, not about Lily being shy, but about the bullies being put in their place at McDonald's. The balance had shifted. Some students, curious and kinder, started talking to her. For the first time in years, Lily smiled without forcing it. The lesson was clear. Cruelty may seem powerful in the moment, but kindness will always echo louder and last longer. The bullies learned that day that actions have consequences, while Lily learned that even the shyest voices matter. And for anyone watching her story unfold, the message was undeniable. Never underestimate the strength it takes to stand up, whether for yourself or for someone else. Because even in the unlikeliest of places, a McDonald's booth on a quiet afternoon, lives can change forever.